obviously, we always look at the score sheet. How are you being evaluated before you waste your time on something? Like, I am so busy. I cannot describe how busy I am. I don't do anything that I'm not getting graded for or scored on. I just don't have time to, right? I'd love to in a perfect world. So I look at score sheets. Like, what's my professor want or instructor want before I actually do things? I'm not in school anymore, but this is what I did when I was. So, what am I grading you on? I'm grading you on structure. When you organize your resume, I expect you to do it either chronologically or reverse chronologically. Chronologically would be oldest date first, like the thing you did long ago, to then down to more recent. That's bad. Don't do that. I want you to start with your more recent and then go down to oldest. That's what all of you should be doing in your resumes. I want you to be succinct. In other words, like poetry has boiled everything down to only the necessary words. Famous poets, every single word counts, whether it's an in, a the, an of, they waste no space because there's no room to waste space in poetry. It is the economy of words, and your resumes are very succinct. This is the most succinct business writing you will do. It should have an economy of words, as little words as possible to get your point across. And each of the bullets in your resume, which we're going to look at an example next, should be verb driven. That means the bullet starts with a verb. Coordinated the Christmas rush at Walmart. Served 200 people during that Christmas rush. Processed over $2 million in transactions. Bullets should start with verbs. Coordinated, served, processed. If you're not doing that, you're probably not doing resumes right. Start with verbs in your bullets. It needs to be consistent. Some people decide to get kind of fancy with their resume and they want to put like a slash between the dates. That's great. If you do it for one, you have to do it for all dates. So whatever you do in your resume has to be consistent. It must be concrete. I talked before about focusing on specific examples. You cannot say, I was a cashier at Walmart or cashier at Walmart, and then you say something like under that, process people's payments. Yes, we know that's what cashiers do. We don't care. We care about what you did. Like, what was your superhero power when you were a cashier? Did you like stop a riot from happening over TVs or something? Like, what did you do that was amazing during being a cashier? So focus on that. So that's how I'm grading you. That's it. Those are the grades you're getting based on those items. And you can all do that. And that's the score sheet here. Now, what I want to do is look at a specific example of how those things I just talked about are actually executed. So in the next video, I'm going to look at my resume because I have access to it. An old one back in the day when I was 21, and then like a more recent one. And then I actually provide you with that template. And the reason I provide you with that template is I worked as the McNair director for a program. After I was a McNair scholar, 10 years later, I became the director of the program. And in that, I submitted with students a lot of applications to get into graduate programs that were very prestigious. MIT, Harvard, very prestigious programs. And there was a resume format that seemed to break through the ice more than others. That's the format I provided you with. I put my own resume in that template because it is so successful. And so I give you my resume to use as a template for your own. I suggest you use that in this class, but you don't have to. Okay, so the next video, we're going to examine that.